Hello there. In today's video, we are going to speak about a very simple topic related to AI accessibility on Android apps. And this is an opinionated video, so this video is open to discussions in the comments, just like all my other videos. If you have any opinion, you can certainly state it down below, whether it be contradictory to my opinion or same as my opinion. Today, I am going to give you one reason why I think ChatGPT is not as accessible with reading responses of AI in comparison to Claude and DeepSeek AI Android applications. In the web version, everything is kind of the same. Like, it's not exactly the same. And note that this is going to be with reference to reading responses only. Okay, performing other actions is not included in the accessibility review and the reason that I'm going to give you. Before we dive into it, I would like to tell you that you can always join my WhatsApp channel for additional information related to technology, or send me an email to guidancefortheblind@gmail.com, all small letters and no spaces, if you have any queries or suggestions. With that, let's start.
A. Folder opened, page 1 of 1. AA. Edit box. Folder name. Out of pager.
So here I am in a folder where I have all these three apps, and I'm going to ask the same question to the three apps that I mentioned. I'll first go to ChatGPT.
Add apps. Select ChatGPT. ChatGPT. English US QWERTY shown. Dictation. Editing. Edit box. Explain the architecture of computer to a basic computer user.
And I'll send this message.
Send message. Clear text. Edit box. Ask anything. Keyboard hidden.
Now we'll wait for ChatGPT to complete responding to the question that we have asked it. Now our response is generated, so I'll simply touch on the part where we get the response.
Bullet. This is where your computer remembers everything permanently, like photos, videos, documents, and apps. Bullet. Even when the power is off, storage keeps your stuff safe. Bullet.
So you can see that it started from somewhere random, and I could now scroll with my finger.
Scroll to the bottom. Bullet. ChatGPT.
So I'm not exactly scrolling, I'm swiping so that I can read, but we can see that the long message is just displayed as a message, and we have to scroll with our fingers and touch it so that we can read the message. And it's not that we are always able to find the spot where we left off the message or where the screen reader left it off, so we can just continue from there. We have to many times reread the part which we have already read in order to complete reading our message on the Android app. However, this is not the case on ChatGPT web. We can read it like we would read an article on a website. The one plus point here is that ChatGPT provides a read aloud feature, which we can always use to read this response that ChatGPT has sent to us. And this is the reason why I think ChatGPT has provided a little less accessibility with reference to reading messages that it has sent. Let's see what happens with Claude and DeepSeek.
Claude.
So I'll open Claude now.
Claude. Edit. Add content. Editing. Edit box. Chat with Claude.
I'll ask the same question to Claude.
Explain the architecture of computer to a basic computer user.
Now I'll send the message.
Keyboard. Send. Clear text.
And wait for Claude to generate the response, just like we waited for ChatGPT.
A computer is like a tabs. Explain the architecture of computer to a basic computer user.
So my question will be displayed as it is in ChatGPT, like a single, like the entire question will be displayed. Uh, I mean, the question will be read out by the screen reader entirely, irrespective of how long it is or how many lines we have used. When I swipe, however,
A computer is like a well-organized office where different departments work together to get things done. Let me break down the main parts in simple terms.
okay, and I can read this entire thing like we would read an article on a website.
The brain, Central Processing Unit CPU. The CPU is like the manager of your computer. It makes all the decisions and does the actual thinking. When you click on something or run a program, the CPU processes those instructions. Just like a manager can handle multiple tasks, modern CPUs can work on several things at once.
So this is the reason why I think that ChatGPT has low accessibility, and you'll see the same thing with DeepSeek. Let me show you.
One UI Home. DeepSeek. DeepSeek. English US QWERTY shown. Showing Samsung keyboard. Not checked. Deep Ink editing. Pasted. Explain the architecture of computer to a basic computer user. Proofreading is available. Send. Stop.
So now DeepSeek has generated our response, and we can read it in the same manner we read the message in Claude. But the downside to DeepSeek is that the message in DeepSeek, I'll show you. Look.
So, the next time your computer is slow, you can think, is my chef CPU too slow? Is my countertop, RAM, too small and cluttered? Or am I getting ingredients from a slow pantry, HDD, instead of the fast fridge SSD?
So this is the message, but what happens is as the DeepSeek generates the response, our message scrolls up and up and up, and we have to scroll down to find the start of the message, and then we can read it just like we would read an article or something like that. So my final thoughts on these three AIs would be that ChatGPT provides a read aloud feature. DeepSeek and Claude do not provide a read aloud feature, but ChatGPT does not allow us to read the article, the responses in the same manner as Claude and DeepSeek do. And Claude is the best out of the three. Why? Because Claude lets us read messages in the form of articles, like we would read articles on the web. Again, DeepSeek lets us do that, but the message scrolls at the top. So every time you write a follow-up question, it will go up and up and up, and you'll have to scroll down to find the message. So if any of these two AIs provided a real loud feature, it would be amazing. As well as if ChatGPT could improve its response displaying capabilities, and shape it in a manner that we could see the results in the same manner as we would see articles on the web. So that's my opinion, and I think this could have been a boring video, or because this is a factual video. It's not teaching you anything new, but it's sort of a factual video. So there are people who will find this interesting, and there are people who might not. So please make sure to state your opinions in the comment section down below. And that was my opinion on these three AIs response displaying capabilities. So that's it, guys, for today. Until next time, bye bye.
Hi everyone. If you like my video, so please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any doubt, then you can write it in the comments section down below. I will try to answer it soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.